Hello, everyone. Welcome to this video premiere, I would call it, because I usually don't record any videos. I did two in the past, but without audio or without me speaking. But I think that's a topic I realized it's probably or hopefully the easiest to bring across with a short video since I get the most questions on X in direct message, but also in Discord in regards of which GB range should you use and also how is it aligned somewhat with the time frames. So I will try to keep this very short and not get lost in too many other topics that crossed my mind when seeing this. So here you can see the daily chart on the 2187 range. As you can see on several points, like here the low gets very nicely respected. Then we traded up to the 89, bounced down into the hippo. The body's pretty nicely respected that below the EQ, which is kind of discount, premium and discount. So we went into discount and expanded further away to the external range. We didn't hit it exactly. And also here you can see into the hippo and went down. Just a short input. I shared this lately in the Discord and would like to take the chance to also show it here. That image of that MMBM model you really can load into your TradingView charts, overlay it. You probably need to play a little bit around with the size and so, but if you don't see it without, and it really helps out to see this model and also to get an idea where we stand right now and what to expect. This works on all time frames and especially on lower time frames. It might help you to avoid accumulations if you line that up. That's also why I personally would like to see higher prices still. All right. Now, which GB range should you trade on which time frame? First off, while I do have a certain preference, and while especially on small GB range, require small time frames to trade, high GB range don't need necessarily high time frames to trade. As you can see, now we are on the daily, on the PO3. And if we go down to, let's say, the 5 minute, you could simply trade those ranges. I see, nice rejection down to here. That's like 200 handles already. Here, nice rejection, went all the way up. Here you would take profit. Here as well, went up into the hippo. That's 180 handles. Here, not going into detail, just of course you need to have some sort of structure of smart money reversal. Not don't blindly just take trades just because they aligned like here. Okay, so yes, you can trade the 5 minute, even of course the 1 minute on that high G range, and but of course. Ideally, you want to see something like inverse fair value gap, market structure shift, going into a fair value gap, and down we go. Okay, now the let's go quickly because I don't want to make this longer than, let's say, 10 minutes. Um, let's go down to the 729, which I said I like to use as kind of weekly profile. Here also you can see how price didn't really go outside the external range. There was also a hippo, and keep in mind, of course, this 15-minute hippo wouldn't be visible on the daily that I just showed you before. It's a different hippo. Here also you had kind of accumulation, then hippo worked nice again. We came into a range, went all the way back down to EQ, and then back to 97. Really also respected it nicely. Yeah. So you could also trade on the 720, maybe on a 5 minute time frame or whatever makes sense to you. I personally use that as well. If I see we came on this range into we rejected this range, then this gives me an idea that price might go lower. And the range I like to trade most often, or where I take trades at the end, is the let's see, 3 minutes time running out, because as far as I know, after 10 minutes, this free tool stops working. So that's why. Let's go to 9:30. That's around where I would take trades anyway. Bam, bam. So, yes. Okay. And the 1 minute. Okay. Let's play closer. It's amazing how fast time goes by. Okay. So pre-market, I would see that I didn't really want to go out on the external range, came into the range, and just before the opening, respected very nicely the low, and then I would look for. Here you have a CB. It got inversed, bounced off nicely just before the opening. That would give me the hint that I would probably have taken there the trade where we had liquidity was taken again, trapped both, and then it went higher. Also, you had here on the 343 the order block, the fair value gap. And if you play this, oops, okay, you also had the liquidity void on that level. And if you go down to the 81, if you would play that range, of course, now we need quickly to go a little bit back into that range again. Also, here you would have roughly the fair value gap, the liquidity void, nice hippo again on the breaker, and price go higher. How I would probably have played it on this one. Now we're back to the 743. Let's play this. Running out of time. Oops. Okay. Usually on that GB range, I would take profit on the EQ level and have runners that's already like 110 points. Let's see what it does further. Okay. Yeah. Again, important level, the CE of the breaker, no matter which GB range. Now let's